Greetings, one and all. Welcome to the Sumner High School registration video. My name is Mr. Simmons. I am a counselor at Sumner High School. My alphabet is A through C, so I might be maybe your counselor. Who knows? But this right now, we're talking about the Sumner High School registration video. We're talking about registration, obviously. This video is broken down into two parts, and the purpose of this is really number one, to show what you need, what is required for graduation, and number two, elective choices. So we'll jump right into it. This video will be posted, and the slides will be posted as well on our website. If you want to come back to this, or skip some parts or things like that. But this is really kind of the basics need to know for ninth grade. There's a lot of information here. We've pared it down to really what ninth graders need to know, and we will kind of go over it starting now. So part one is four-year planning and required courses. This is the 24 credit, what we call core 24 credits to graduate, graduation requirements, right? So everybody needs 4 years of English, 3 years of math, 3 years of science, 3 years of social studies, 1 year of CTE, two credits of health and PE. You got your arts and your world language. Sometimes this can be mixed and matched and rearranged, depending on what the students, what your student's pathway is. And we'll talk about that later in their sophomore year. But for ninth graders, you need to know that once you enter campus, you get 6 classes a day. That's 6 credits opportunities a year. 6 times 4 is 24. So from the jump of your high school career, you are got to be locked in and ready to go and be picking up those credits. This slide is just a continued a digital a slide version of what the other one was, but yeah, that's kind of general graduation requirements. Okay, here are the 3 pillars of graduation. We have Washington State history, which is most of the time taken in the middle school. You might be in it right now. We have the high school and beyond plan, which is what we do in advisory every week. We go over high school and beyond plan, basically talking about career opportunities, college opportunities, scholarship opportunities, and really like other things that you might need to have after high school. And then we have the state proficiency exams, which is the SBA, which you've taken from English, math, and science, along with your 24 credits. So here's a sample freshman schedule. Everybody's going to take English. Everybody's going to take math. Everybody's going to take science. Everybody's going to take fitness and health. And then you have 2 credits or 2 periods where you will kind of choose your electives. Your English and math are going to be progressions of what you're in. And you have a little bit of options in science, and we'll go over that. But everybody will take the same fitness and health class, and then you get to choose your electives, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But as far as the English sequence goes, this is kind of what you should be thinking about when you're registering for next year. Okay, if you are looking to go your goal is to go to a 2-year school, enter the workforce. This is the top row is what you want to do. You want to go 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade English. Okay. If you're thinking about maybe probably going to a 4-year school, or maybe go 2-year to 4-year, you probably want to look at this track here. 9th, 10th, and an IB-SL English and IB-SL English 2. We'll talk about that. We can talk about all the IB stuff later, but for now we'll focus on these tracks, right? So if you're looking to go to a competitive 4-year school, the bottom one is what you want to do. So definitely want to get into honors English, and go about it that way. But that is the basics of the English course sequence. Math course sequence is a little bit different. Really, this place right here, the first 3 options here are what pretty much all freshmen are going to be experiencing. So we're going into algebra, we're going into geometry, or if you're in geometry right now, you'll be in honors algebra 2. Honors algebra 2 is no different than our algebra 2 class. It is just specifically engineered for ninth graders, because all grades can take algebra 2. So we do this for ninth grade students who are a little bit accelerated, so they're in like a class of their own. They're not with older kids that are trying to get their algebra 2 credit. But these 3 up top are going to be the ones that most students will be filtered into. But after that, we go into IB math, and then you get a choice that way. But we'll talk about that later in your high school career. Or if you want to email us to get information now, you certainly can. The science sequence. Okay, so we have, we're right here looking at this. We actually have one more than this. We have biology, we have honors biology, but also we have biology agriculture, which is a more agricultural focus due to us having agricultural sciences here at Sumner High School. Um, Biology and ag bio are the same class. Ag bio just will have a little bit different focus on how biology works in agriculture and how we how we grow stuff. The honors bio is an accelerated honors class. If you're looking for that, then that's way. If you're looking to be on the honors or IB track, that is the recommended process. Okay, here is the 4-year planning worksheet. We have digitized it this year. It's pretty cool. Um, when I post these slides, you can click this slide here. It's going to be available for you, but they're drop down boxes, and I think I have everything in there. But it's going to be really what you're taking and what possible things to take. The electives, there's way too many to make drop down boxes, so we don't do that. But if you want to do that, that is your opportunity to do and use the 4-year planning document to kind of chart your 4 years. Now we're moving on into our electives and activities process. So, like we said earlier, everybody takes math, everybody takes English, everybody takes biology, everybody will take health and fitness. These are the last 2 credits that you'll have. So, it's either 4 semester classes, which are 0.5 credits, or 2 full-year classes, or we do a mix and match with those, right? So, let's jump into it. Okay, these are the academic programs specific to Sumner High School. We have Core Plus Aerospace, which is a pretty cool class, which is a direct contract with Boeing that we have worked with them. We have a teacher that's from Boeing as well, teaching that class, talking about aerospace composites and machining and fabrication. Then we have our agricultural sciences, natural resources. That is kind of where we touched on that a little bit with the ag bio. Um, After that, we have plant and animal sciences and greenhouse sciences as well. So that is kind of goes hand in hand with our FFA program, which is very strong program, Future Farmers of America. And we'll talk about clubs a little bit later as well. International Baccalaureate, which is a highly rigorous and competitive program where it's for getting students ready for college and even gaining college credit, competitive college credit in the high school setting. And this year, new for Sumner High School, we have JROTC, Army Division here at Sumner High School. So if you are interested or are curious about how life is like in the military, or you just want to check it out, or it sounds cool, that's an opportunity for you. Also, they focus on, they give you a general layout of what it takes to be in the Army in the Army Armed Forces, and also there's leadership, there's team building, there's geography, there's international studies and relations involved in that too. So that is our new class this year, and we're pretty excited about it. Okay, the world languages are French, Spanish, and Japanese. So if you're looking to go to a 4-year school, you need 2 years of world language. So French and Spanish are ones that we have IB for. We don't have IB Japanese, so if you're looking to go on an IB track, definitely choose French or Spanish, and do it early. I like to say, if you don't know what you want to do for your elective, I think choosing a world language would be a really smart option due to the fact that you need 2 years of it. And if you wait super long to take a class, take a world language class, then you'll not be able to do some other elective that you want to do. So if you don't know what you want to do, if your electives aren't sure, definitely go for a world language. We have a lot of our teachers are great, and if you're looking to go to a 4-year school, that's a definite requirement. Okay. We have one social studies elective for ninth graders. That's honors world history. This is if you want to add a different honors class. This is our only honors elective that you can have. But we have honors world history that's offered for social studies. Our leadership program is really strong at Sumner High School. Ninth graders are allowed to take principles of leadership. It's kind of the basics on what being a servant leader is. It's a chance to get involved and plugged in and things that we do throughout the year, whether it's community dinner, which we feed around the holidays. There's the Winter Wishes Assembly, which is pretty popular situation where we, basically gives gifts, and gifts are given and received, and people in need are hooked up, and people are have a great time. Um, there's a benefit night, school, like taking care of school climate, spirit weeks, things like that. It's an elective you can take as a freshman. It's a pretty cool class, and it used to be required um, for all students before Core 24 came in. But it's a for all freshman students. But now it's an option that you can take if you want to get involved, want to figure out what Sumner is all about. I suggest you take it. Okay, the fine art electives that we have are the basic drawing and painting. We have acting, digital photography, and we have intro to engineering. Um, and those are kind of our the beginning of our fine art electives. We also move into the musics and the music types of fine arts, which are guitar, percussion. We have all the choirs, the bands. We also have a jazz band. If you are a 0 hour jazz band that we use, if you are if you're a band person and want to get involved, reach out to Mr. Carl about that. But that is kind of our music electives. And then we jump into our CTE programs. So our Intro to Business and Marketing, Intro to Broadcasting, or Microsoft Office, those are really strong, really good programs. And really that's kind of where those kind of begin. So we have Intro to Business and Marketing, which feeds into entrepreneurship, which leads to management level type stuff. We have Intro to Broadcasting, which we can do. We have a broadcasting room, things like that. Then we have Microsoft Office, which will teach kids how to use the Microsoft Suite, how to write and use Microsoft Word, Excel, and things like that. Then we have game design as well. We have more CTEs. These are computer animation, Core Plus Aerospace, which we talked about earlier. Now we have Core Plus Aerospace 1 and 2, so you can progress through it. We have robotics, which is a great program, which also has a cool club, a robotics club attached to it, which people really enjoy. And then we have our family consumer sciences, which start with personal choices, go into culinary one, and child development, as well as beyond that with careers and children, and even helping out with our Tiny Spark daycare here at Sumner High School. These are our current 2-for-1 classes. So we have these classes here that count for two different credits. They're not counted as more than one credit, but they count as both options. So as you can see, yearbook will also check the box for fine art, and also check the box for your CTE classes. So if you're thinking about being efficient with your credits that you're taking, so open up electives later, or open up more room for extra sciences later in your schedule, or math or things like that, this is the kind of the way a chart to look at. These are options that you can use at Sumner High School. So nutrition and fitness counts as another fitness credit and a CTE, for example. We have our robotics and Core Plus Aerospace, which count as a science and a CTE, and then you have your fine arts and CTEs as well. But those are good to know. What's important to note about all the electives is that when you are registering for a class, which we'll talk about later, you are essentially making a request. You are making a vote for which classes are going to be available. When we take all the registration paperwork for incoming 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th graders, we kind of compile all those, and each request equals one seat. So what we use our staffing to match that with how many students can be fitting into a classroom, and do we have enough people to run the class, and do we have enough teachers to run the class as well? So that's why on the asterisk on the bottom we say all classes are subject due to requests and availability, because sometimes, for example, maybe computer animation, maybe 20 people only sign up for computer animation. That's almost enough to fill a class, but maybe 55 people sign up for broadcasting. So we might need to make an extra section of broadcasting, so we can't host a computer animation course. That's just an example. That's not what it really is happening. But when you are choosing which classes, when you're in your form, remember that you're kind of voting for which you want to take, right? So if you really want a class, make sure you put it high in your priority list, and then not later. So just keep that in mind. Side tangent moving forward. Okay. Here's some tips for success, right? So the biggest thing I can tell incoming freshmen is use your time wisely. We have Spartan Time, which is a full. Currently, we have Spartan Time, which is subject for next year, but currently we still have it, which is a full hour that we put in the middle of the day that takes place in the lunch hour. Half of the expectation is that you spend the time with a teacher, talking about like getting your homework done, getting extra tutoring help, and then the other half is you use it for your lunch. So you're kind of eating and doing your thing that way. But that is kind of the main reason we want to use your time wisely. Make sure your things get done in class. Teachers will give you a lot of time to finish your work in class, and so you have ample time to get your things done and get your questions answered. Organization as well. Know where your stuff is, both digitally in your Google Drive that we'll have, and where your things are. Right, and like knowing how to manage your time as well. Then also asking for help. If you don't know something, ask. I myself am a counselor here, and that's part of really what I would attest a lot of my job to. Like, if you have a question, come find me, ask it. If I don't know the answer, I'll go find it for you. Um, if you go too long without asking questions, or you don't have the answer for something, and you kind of like leave it on the back burner. That's where some people get burnt on the back burner, right? So like you just want to like make sure those get answered so you don't get in trouble later. And also attendance, show up, show up, show up, right? And once those things happen, you'll be pretty successful. Here are our sports. The top is in the fall, the middle is this winter, and the bottom is the spring. We have all these sports that are happening. Stay tuned to our website of who's coaching those sports and when those things are happening. I know that in the spring, starting after Memorial Day, in the last week of May and into June, we have spring sports. I coach football, so we start the Tuesday after Memorial Day. I know that a lot of other sports do that as well, um, but that's kind of the way that the process goes. It's really cool to get involved in a spring sport before while you're still in middle school, because you're kind of getting your leg in and getting involved and knowing a little bit of how the high school works and knowing some people that you're going to be joining with other schools in your class. So we encourage people to get involved, and check out the sports. Okay. Also, we have clubs. A lot of different clubs, and a lot of different clubs are either here or there or active or not active. These are clubs that have been really, really popular in the past, and continue to be. Um, we have a couple highlights. We have is our ASB club that is run kind of through our leadership um, program. Obviously, there's cheer, and then there's choir, which is a class and a club. We have DECA, which is our business and marketing kind of side of our club. That competes nationally. We have um, we have all these clubs, right? So, Key Club International Club. We have an Amnesty International. It's running our recycling program right now. We have our GSA Club, which is very strong, very popular, and then we have our Gamers United Club, which gets kind of after it when that's active as well. But those are the clubs that we have. There's more clubs, I think, on the next one. We have our Special Olympics Club. We have FBLA, FCCLA, which is what I'll highlight as well. That's our Family Consumer Sciences type of club that competes nationally as well and does really, really well. The FFA as well, which we talked about earlier. And these are kind of more clubs that we have to go. There's more clubs, okay? I forgot how many club slides we have on here. So robotic clubs with Spark Crew. Spark Crew is the crew that you will see welcoming you guys on the first day of school and kind of walking you around and showing you the tours. That is our number one group greeting group. So that's kind of our leadership club as well, leadership group. And then we have robotics we talked about earlier. Okay. So here is the registration process. So I have reached out and know when I'm going to the middle schools this year. North Taps, we're doing our paper registration on the 7th of March. Lake Ridge or Sumner will be the 21st and the 24th, and we will do live registration because you guys are already in the Sumner High School and Sumner School District system through Skyward. The live registration will be skyward. You'll be able to ask questions, and then the paper forms will also be given to the Sumner High School Sumner Middle School, Sumner School District students, and the North Tap students. The paper registration is what we take back during, and what will us as counselors will divvy them up and put you in those classes. Here's what the paper registration form looks like. Everyone is going to get a paper registration form. For North Taps, we take this specifically, or North Taps and actually other schools as well. Like if you're anybody out of district, really, North Taps is just our biggest on district feeder. It'll look like this. You'll choose this up here just for our information of who you are and where you might want to go. Then we have the math, choose one, and then we have the English honors or ninth grade, and then we have which honors are basic, and then we have which bio you want to choose. Then we come to electives. It's important that you fill this out. And when you're choosing them, make sure you choose your first choice is number 1, and your last choice is number 8. Number them 1 through 8, and they can go both sides. So maybe my 1 is child development, 2 is beginning guitar, 3 is intro to business and marketing, 4 is Spanish 1, 5 is robotics. Things like that. So not 1 through 8 through each column. It's 1 through 8 in the whole page. So know that, and that will be how you fill it out. What happens is, out of district folks, you will turn this into your counselor, and they will get it to us at Sumner High School, and we'll manually input them for you. Sumner Middle School and Sumner School District and Sumner and Lake Ridge and Sumner School District will get this, have a chance to talk to fill it out, and then they'll have a chance to talk to their parents about it, because a copy will be sent home in the packet as well. And they'll be able to kind of go over it, and then what they're going to do is take this sheet, and then when we go on the 21st or 24th, they'll be uploading it into our system, so they're automatically registered that way. Okay. Remind a lot of our programs use Remind. You might be using Remind for some of your teams or clubs or activities or schools. It is a way that we send out pertinent information for specific classes and announcements. Oftentimes we do snow cancellations, events coming up, tickets for big sporting games, links, things like that. And then also just hey, remember your Chromebook for advisory day or something of that sort. That's a way to get pertinent information. To do that, you text Sumner 2027 or at Sumner 2027 to 81010, and you will be signed up for a Remind. Okay. This is a recording, so there's no questions. But if you have questions, reach out to us. My name is Mr. Simmons. You reach us at the Sumner High School website. Look through counselors. You get us. Also, you can ask your counselor to get in touch with us, and we would love to answer your questions. Again, this will be posted on our website. This will be posted, both the slides and the video. But that is all we have for today. So thank you for checking in. Have a good one.